MWI Pumps is a fourth-generation family business, and we are in the large volume water pump business. We service the flood control and also rental dewatering sector.
We manufacture a lot of water tanks and the water tanks and diesel tanks as well. They have to be pressure tested because they can't have any leaks. When the components have leaks, we have to rework the components to fix the leaks, so that is time consuming.
Before we tried out the BotX, we tried a more traditional robot, which we still have, and that required a lot more training. It required a lot more fixturing, so we wanted to look for an easier way. The biggest hesitation was this implementation of another robot. We heard the marketing, so to speak, that hey, this was going to be very quick and easy to assemble, very easy to train, and with the past experience we had, it wasn't like that, so I had my doubts. So I called rework and talked to somebody there, and they assured me, no, we have people in the area, we'll set the whole thing up, and they told me we could have it set up and you'd be training in a half a day. And with my experience, bad experience with robots in the past, I said, no, that's really going to happen, but they seem to be confident about it. The machine showed up in a couple pallets on one day, and then the very next morning, a team of 2 people came from rework, and they started setting it up maybe around 8. It was set up by about 10, and they started training. So by noon, I actually had 3 people trained on the BotX. I guess I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it myself, but I was there.
Right now we manufacture a lot of flange to tube welds or flange to pipe welds that we've used the BotX for. One in particular is a multi-pass. It's a 3-pass weld around a 1-inch thick flange. And it's a very difficult weld to do manually. You have to have a pretty high skill level to be able to do it and make it look, good. So we trained the operator on how to use the BotX. She was new. I gave her some instruction on how to weld it, the process, the parameters, that type of thing. And she did a couple practice pieces, and after that, I'll tell you, she's really doing a great job with it, and the welds they look really good. So no rework at all. As soon as she welds it, it's ready to go on a component. And we've increased our efficiency because of that. The productivity increase we've seen was around 33%, and that's just in fabrication time. We've saved 446 hours on manufacturing 128 water tanks. So that's a substantial gain. That's almost 500 hours of work. That's just from switching from a manual process to the automated process with the BotX. So if you want to go into, weld quality issues and rework, those numbers too have greatly decreased because the weld quality is higher now. We're not having as many repairs as far as leaks are concerned, and we're not having to rework any welding because the welds are a lot better.
Yeah, there's a large difference in training between the 2 products, between the traditional robot and the BotX. And the traditional robot is you send people to an off-site location, a school, and they get trained there, and then they come back and work it out. You might have somebody that can come and help, but you have to schedule it, and it can take a couple weeks, if not months, to get somebody to help. The BotX is a lot simpler. The programming is very simple and straightforward. Plus, there's an app that we use quite often that allows the operator to communicate online whenever they want to somebody with BotX, and they get back on it and they send text messages, they try to troubleshoot, and it's immediate. So you don't have to wait to get a response on something. If you're in the middle of a part and something happens, you'll get a response right away. The support I've received from rework, they're here whenever we need them to be. Once you realize their expertise and the knowledge that they have, and they're there to help, there shouldn't be any hesitation at all. It's really a no-brainer.